what? There is proper tech news after the 5090 disappointment reviews? Interesting. Let's get into this. Hey everyone, it's your boy LockTech back again with another video. Now we're fresh off the heels of CES coverage and the 5090 disappointment reviews, you know what I mean. And we thought it was no light at the end of the tunnel and there's no good tech or any juicy tech news coming out. But some of the things I heard recently give me a little more optimism about the future stuff and future releases in the next coming weeks or months. There are three things I want to talk about today, and all three of them are actual articles and information posted by, you guessed it, the popular forum WCCF Tech. Now, to start off, the first thing I want to cover is the new news of the RDNA4 9000 series that's been going through all the articles, not only WCCF Tech video cards mentioned, as well as some other popular leak or article grabbing companies' forums. And it's said now that it's been seen listed on the US retailer, I'm not saying any names, but the pre-orders for the 9000 series or RDNA4 have been seen in the recent days posted on the site for pre-order for March 23rd. So now a lot of buzz is around this, that being if this was posted as pre-ordered on March 23rd, where everyone's thinking possibly, okay, maybe they're going to release a 9070 XT and a 9070 competitors for AMD to be, for this gen, to be releasing probably near or close to the end of March or beginning of April. Hopefully is way earlier or a few days or a week after March 23rd. But yet again, even though it was posted and listed on this time, there was no pre-order date set. They just said March 23rd. So we don't know if that's just a placeholder the company put up on their site or if it's actual factual. No one has come forward yet and proven this, but there's a lot of people saying that range. So, and then there's also talk about AMD delaying the launch, not only to wait to see what NVIDIA releases, which is the 5080, 5090, and the 5070 variants, the 5070 and 5070 Ti. That's supposed to come out next month as well in February. But we can speculate as much as we want, but I do believe that they were being honest when they said the reason to delay it was for those two reasons: to see the pricing of NVIDIA's lineup, which means 5090 all the way down to 5070, and also they want to make sure they put the polish, the extra polish on their drivers, their software stack, all that other good stuff, which if I'm like 95% sure that is true. But I don't have any inside information. I'm hoping it's true, because that, if it is true and AMD really is trying to refine everything and polish them before releasing, they really want to make this release a success and hit the marks they're trying to hit. And hopefully, if that plays out, they also are really good and generous with their price point and don't oversell or overcharge people just to try and play the NVIDIA cat and mouse game. So hopefully it's true, and they really want to take the time not only to see the prices to match or to get way lower, and also I'm really hoping it's more on the lines of software stack polishing, because everyone's complaining about, oh, drivers, oh, this software stack can this, oh, this software stack can do that. But I'm really hoping that they learn from the many past mistakes. And you know the meme that says AMD never fails to miss opportunity when opportunity arises. So hopefully they're actually sitting down with their Radeon division and actually trying to get proper products out. So I'm looking forward to see if that is true and that date's true for the pre-orders. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it's sooner. We don't know. Only in the coming weeks, hopefully we get the big event they were supposed to do for the RDNA4 that they said they're going to announce. Hopefully they have a whole dedicated area or stream or whatever dedicated to RDNA4, which is what they said at CES. Next up, second thing we want to talk about, if you're familiar with overclocking and the very popular EVGA that everyone is missing badly now, I myself was always an EVGA fan. When I was buying GeForce GPUs back in the day, I always got EVGA branded stuff, or Sapphire on the AMD side. So there are the two ones I always trusted for the most. And now they're saying that the big legend himself, Kingpin, I don't know his real name, can't remember. I saw that in Steve's video, but I can't remember his real name. But he said that he's not going the NVIDIA route, thank God, but he's thinking of considering either AMD or Intel when he does decide to come back to the market and release enthusiast level cards to see the Kingpin back up and running. If it comes to AMD, that'll be awesome. If it comes to Intel, it'll be awesome, it'll be good for the market, good for competition. So the people at the top are not just keep scalping and running all these prices past us consumers just to try and get your money playing for Jensen's jacket. let's not go. That's another topic for another time. But I'm really hoping that he does come back up swinging. I know he misses EVGA. He really had a lot of years with them, and he always talked about how good they were to him. So I'm hoping that he does make the right call that's best for him. So we'll see what the Kingpin has left to offer, or what he has left in the bucket as far as what he was going to come out doing. I'm really looking forward to see what his design is going to look like for his next gen Kingpin cards. I'm not saying I'll be able to afford it, but it was always good to see the crazy overclocks people can do with these GPUs. Lastly on the docket, if you're familiar with memory and familiar with overclocking stuff, you also know people always like to tweak their timings on their RAM, on their computers, along with their PC, their CPUs to keep up. So now the popular RAM company VColor has broken the world record, according to WCCF Tech, of overclocking a DDR5 sticks to over 12,000 mega transfers per second. 12,726 to be exact. Don't quote me on that, that's what WCCF Tech said. But if that's the case and they really hit that world record, I thought 8,000 mega transfers per second was a lot. And I'm still trying to grab 6,000 plus, but to meet 12,000, that's ridiculous. That's 12.72 giga transfers per second. That's ridiculous. So I'm hoping that more RAM companies push the envelope like how VColor decided to. And just for reference, they did this on a Z890 Intel motherboard on, I think it was a Tachyon Ice by Gigabyte Aorus. But they did, that article is out there, but that's ridiculous if it was true. I'm staying here in my little 6,000 mega transfers a second because my next build is going to be AMD based, because I always be alternating between the two, but I really want to dedicate my next upgrade to all AMD stuff. So I'm hoping that other memory people, like companies, push these limits and find to get these done on AMD motherboards too, not just Intel. So that's all it for today. More stuff coming out this week. I believe the 5080 comes out this week, so you might hear my thoughts on it. Hopefully the performance is better than the wasted space of the 5090, but we'll see when the reviews come out. I'm interested to see the third-party board partners. But until then, let me know your thoughts below. Do you think 12.7 giga transfers a second is crazy? What are your thoughts on Kingpin possibly going Intel or AMD for when he comes back to the GPU market? And what do you think of AMD's pre-order listing for the 9000 series being March 23rd? Do you hope it's sooner? Do you hope it is true? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, this is your boy LockTech signing out.